Hello and welcome. I am back with, you probably guessed it, more characters. And this time I am back with some more Naima, as well as my friend's character, Ishrak. So I know that you all have probably heard the name Naima already in the last two videos. So I wanted to actually take a little bit of time to tell you guys about her, especially because she is one of my main characters in which I draw and would like to write about, and she's even the source and inspiration of what got me into creating the world in which all of my characters exist in. So to start us all off with the basics, Naima is my main sorceress of the world, and in the world I have sorceresses and like sorcery in a sense. Where she's from is kind of like a culture or almost like a religion. So she is the descendant of almost like the mother of sorceresses, which should already tell you she's pretty important where she is. She has a pretty high position and she's very powerful. She's supposed to be the most powerful sorceress in that city and territory and probably all over. So if she was to be in like a game or a story, she would more than likely be like the quest giver, because sometimes when the character itself is too OP, it gets a little boring, but she would be like the head honcho person. So that is Naima. And then next to her, you have Ishrak, who is my friend's character. And Ishrak is a fruity vampire, all the stops. He dresses very nice. He lives in a kind of gothic manner. He tends to stay to himself. The most interesting thing about him, though, is that he happens to be a beast tamer. So he tames many magical beasts. Like, that's his job and thing that he does. And that's actually how he ended up meeting Naima, because Naima's best friend, Elisara, is one of his clients. So while Naima went to go visit her friend, Ishrak happened to be there, and that was how they met. But originally when they met, they could not stand each other. They did not get along. They did not like each other. They were constantly down each other's throats, and they were in a way almost like a enemies to lovers type trope, except not like true enemies, just more like strong dislike or disdain for each other, which slowly, as the visits occurred, they started to warm up to each other and slowly fell for each other. And that was kind of how that happened. And that's the source of what this picture is about, because this picture happens to be from Elisara's gala that she had, where Naima and Ishrak happened to both be there. And it was the night and the moment they both kind of truly realized how they were feeling for each other after having like this wonderful dance and this beautiful night. And by the time they both woke up, Naima was gone, because that tends to be what she does when she realizes that she's starting to fall for someone. She tends to always run based off of her own backstory and things that have happened to her in her past. But yeah, that is Ishrak and Naima. They also are both immortal. Ishrak because he's a vampire, of course, and then Naima, due to the nature of her gifts and how high the position she is, she was gifted immortality when she became the leader of her people, like the descendant of the sorceresses and all that. So because of that, they both kind of also have the mindset of they know that eventually they will always run into each other. There will always be something there, no matter if they do end up with other people, which is accurate because Naima is technically married now to someone else, and Ishrak actually sent a wedding gift, which was a dragon egg, so that she could have her own dragon, which he will of course send a trainer to her so that that dragon doesn't end up like destroying the village, because it's not trained properly or something. So that was his gift to her. And in a way, kind of like a way to let her know that, hey, I know that you're with somebody now, but I know eventually we will be back together again one day. And that was kind of the real sentiment behind the dragon egg. But that is Naima and Ishrak. I do hope that you all enjoy hearing about my characters, because talking about my characters is something I really, really enjoy doing. So you can always let me know. I would love to eventually be able to do something more official with them, maybe write a story or a comic. So for the meantime, at least, this is kind of my outlet to be able to showcase the people and the things within my head. So I will leave you all on that note. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and I will see you again in the next video. See you later.